Alright, Mark chapter 9, verse 1. Jesus is speaking to his disciples. And Jesus said unto them, Truly I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand here right now, which shall not taste of death, till they have seen the kingdom of God come with power. Now he's saying that some of you disciples will not die until you see the kingdom of God, and actually, or some of these people that's standing by him. Now when did the kingdom of God actually come into power? That is when Christ resurrected. He dies and resurrected. So he's saying it's not long before the kingdom is established when I'm resurrected. That's when the kingdom came in power. That's when Christ defeated death. And after 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter, James, John, and leaded them up into a high mountain, apart by themselves, and he was transfigured before them. He became into a spiritual body. Now it says here that after 6 days, just a little funny that this world is just about almost 6,000 years old, and a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years with man. So after the 6th day, Jesus was transfigured into his spiritual body, and after the 6th day, we all, which is the end of the world, or if you want to call it the rapture or the gathering back to Christ, is going to be after the 6,000 year, which is the 6th day. 3. And his coat, Jesus' robe, became shining, exceedingly white as snow, so as no fuller on earth can whiten them. Meaning there's no bleach on this world that can whiten Jesus' robe the way it was whitened that day. And we have a deeper study on here. Click on this video right here, and you get a deeper study on why did this happen, and what's the significance of this day of transfiguration. 4. And there appeared unto them Elijah with Moses, and they were talking with Jesus. And Peter answered and said to Jesus, Master, it is good for us to be here. And let us make 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. For Peter did not know what to say, for he was sore afraid. And there was a cloud that overshadowed them, and a voice came out of the cloud. This is actually God's voice behind the cloud, saying, This is my beloved Son, hear him. And suddenly, when they had looked round about, they saw no man any more, except Jesus only with themselves. Moses and Elijah was gone. And as they came down from the mountain, he charged them that they should tell no man what things they had seen, till the Son of Man were risen from the dead, which is until the kingdom is established. He said, don't tell anybody about this until I am resurrected. And they kept that saying with themselves, questioning one with another, what the rising from the dead should mean. They didn't know what he was talking about, where I will rise from the dead. I think God, on my opinion, is God hid it away from their eyes. 11. And they asked him, saying, Why do the scribes say that Elijah must come first? Meaning in the Old Testament, in Malachi, it says that before the great day of the Lord come, before Jesus Christ comes back, Elijah must come first. And that's true. Before the second coming, Elijah must come first, which, in my opinion, will be one of the 2 witnesses. 12. And Jesus answered and told him, Elijah verily does come first, and he restores all things. And how it is written of the Son of Man that he must suffer many things, and be set at nothing. But I say unto you that Elijah is indeed come, and they have done unto him whatsoever they listed. It is written of him. Now he's speaking of John the Baptist here. John the Baptist came to prepare the way of Jesus Christ. So in a sense he came in the spirit of Elijah, because before the second coming must come Elijah. And before the first coming that Jesus came 2,000 years ago, John the Baptist prepared the way. So John the Baptist and Elijah have the same purpose. They prepare the way for the coming of Christ. And when he came to his disciples, he saw a great multitude about them, and the scribes questioning with them. So he came down off the mountain, and he sees all his disciples and the scribes and Pharisees. They're kind of arguing or debating about something. And Jesus asked the scribes, "What question ye with them?" Meaning, why are you arguing with my disciples? And one of the multitude answered and said, "Master, I have brought unto you my son, which had a dumb, evil spirit." This evil spirit is making his son dumb and deaf. And whatsoever he taketh him, he tears him, and he foams at the and gnashes with his teeth. He foams at the mouth and he gnashes with his teeth. This boy is possessed, and pineth away. And I spoke to your disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not. This man talked to the disciples of Jesus, saying, "Cast the demon out of my son." But the disciples could not do it. 19. And Jesus answered him and said, "O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring the boy unto me." 20. And they brought him unto him. And when he saw him, straightway the spirit tore him apart. And he fell to the ground and wallowed, foaming. As soon as the evil spirit saw Jesus Christ, the boy fell to the ground, because the evil spirit recognized that Christ is coming. And he asked his father, Jesus asked the boy's father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, since he was a child. Jesus is asking, how long has your son been possessed? And the man said, since he was a child. And oftentimes it had cast him into the fire and into the waters to destroy him. But if you can do anything, have compassion on us and help us. The evil spirit makes the boy jump into the fire, into the water, to kill the boy. 23. Jesus said unto him, if you can believe, all things are possible to him that believes. And it's true, all things are possible with God when you have faith. And straightway the father of the child cried out, and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. Meaning, I do believe, Lord, but sometimes I do have some unbelief. Lord, help me. When Jesus saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the evil spirit, saying unto him, O thou dumb and deaf spirit, I command you, come out of him, and enter no more into him. And the spirit cried and rent him sore, and came out of him. And he was as one dead, insomuch that many said, he is dead. Everybody thought the boy was dead. But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could not we cast this demon out? And Jesus said unto them, this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. The only way you could cast out a demon is by prayer and fasting.